We the People, a plan to rebuild American democracy. We the People. These words are not just the beginning of a document. They are the foundation of a promise. A promise that government exists to serve its people, not corporations, not career politicians, not the wealthy elite. But today that promise is broken. Corruption, unchecked power, and an election system that prioritizes money over democracy have eroded the very foundation of our republic. It doesn't have to be this way. We can fix it. And this is how. 1. Term limits, ending career politicians. Politics was never meant to be a lifelong career. Those in power were meant to serve the people, not themselves. But today, politicians stay in office for decades, amassing power, making backroom deals, and serving corporate interests instead of their constituents. This must end. We propose term limits. Members of the House of Representatives shall serve no more than 3 terms, 6 years total. U.S. senators shall serve no more than 2 terms, 12 years total. Presidents shall serve no more than 2 terms, 8 years total. No person shall serve more than 18 years total in any combination of elected federal offices. This ensures fresh leadership, reduces corruption, and prevents the entrenchment of political dynasties that serve themselves rather than the American people. 2. Supreme Court reform, integrity in the highest court. The Supreme Court holds immense power over the laws of the land, yet it is unchecked by term limits and ethical oversight. Justices serve for life, often long past their ability to represent the evolving values of the nation. Worse, they are allowed to accept gifts, vacations, and financial incentives from private interests. This is unacceptable. To restore integrity, we propose Supreme Court justices shall serve a single, non-renewable term of 12 years. A strict ban on monetary gifts, service gifts, or any form of financial compensation from private individuals, corporations, or political entities. A public ethics code shall be enforced, with violations resulting in immediate removal. Justice should not be for sale. This reform ensures that the highest court in the land remains independent and accountable only to the Constitution. 3. The Justice Branch, ensuring laws are enforced. The executive branch has the power to enforce laws, but what happens when it refuses? What happens when a president defies the judiciary, ignores the rule of law, or abuses power? We need a safeguard, an independent force that ensures justice is applied equally, even to those in power. We propose the creation of a justice branch, a 4th branch of government dedicated solely to enforcing federal law and judicial rulings, ensuring that no president, no politician, and no entity is above the law. The director of the FBI and all federal law enforcement agencies will answer to the justice branch, not the executive branch. Each state will appoint a federal law enforcement advocate approved by Congress to ensure federal law is applied fairly in each state. The Justice Branch will be led by a nonpartisan council, appointed in staggered terms to prevent political influence. With this reform, justice will no longer be dependent on political convenience. It will be impartial, unwavering, and enforced. 4. Banning dark money and corporate influence in elections. Elections should be won by ideas, not money. But today, corporations and billionaires flood our system with millions in dark money, buying influence, policies, and even candidates. This is not democracy. It's a system rigged for the wealthy. We must end it. We propose a total ban on corporate PAC and lobbyist donations to political campaigns. Individual donations capped at $1,000 per year per candidate to level the playing field. Full public disclosure of every campaign donation. No more hidden money. A constitutional amendment to clarify that corporate money is not free speech and does not fall under First Amendment protections. All candidates running for federal office must provide a complete financial audit, making their sources of income transparent to the public. With these changes, elections will no longer be sold to the highest bidder. They will be won by the candidates who truly serve the people. 5. Ending financial conflicts of interest in government. Public servants should serve the public, not their stock portfolios. Yet today, elected officials trade stocks and cryptocurrencies, making millions off insider knowledge while shaping policies that benefit their investments. This is corruption, plain and simple. We propose a complete ban on stock and cryptocurrency ownership, buying, or selling for all elected and appointed federal officials while in office. Mandatory financial audits for all candidates running for federal office. All presidents shall cease any business operations of their enterprises run before taking the oath of office. They shall not sit on any board of directors or hold any corporate office while serving the people. No person convicted of a felony shall be allowed to hold federal office. A government that serves the people cannot be for sale. This reform ensures integrity in public service. 6. Abolishing political parties and overhauling presidential elections. Political parties have divided the nation, prioritizing party loyalty over the will of the people and the good of the nation. We propose abolishing political parties in federal elections, forcing candidates to stand on their own merit, not partisan agendas. For presidential elections, state-based conventions shall allow voters to directly nominate candidates. Regional presidential conventions will consolidate the strongest candidates from each region. Regional convention winners will then face off in a national presidential convention. The top 3 candidates of the National Presidential Convention will then run for president, following our existing national presidential election governance. In each step, each candidate will be given equal access to media and opportunity to present their vision for the country. This process eliminates the partisan gridlock and restores elections to the people. Money and influence will no longer decide who holds our highest office. 7. Voting reform, making every vote count. Our voting system is broken. Gerrymandering distorts representation. Winner-takes-all elections force voters to choose the lesser evil rather than their true preference. And trust in our elections is at an all-time low. We must fix this. We propose banning gerrymandering by mandating nonpartisan districting in every state. District representation shall be divided by percentage of each state's population to ensure more accurate representation of a district's will. Preserving the Electoral College, ensuring smaller states retain their voice while making electors bound to the popular vote outcome in their states. National and regional media companies must provide equal access to all candidates running for federal office. The public must have direct influence on congressional votes through regular polling, town halls, and direct feedback systems, ensuring lawmakers truly represent their constituents. How we make this a reality. These reforms are necessary, they are bold, and they are achievable, but they won't happen on their own. Here's how we make them a reality. 1. Educate and mobilize, spread awareness, organize, and demand change. 2. Build a coalition, bring together reformers, legal experts, and citizens who refuse to accept the status quo. 3. Pass state-level reforms. First, use state governments as a testing ground for national policies. 4. Pressure Congress. Call, write, protest, and vote for candidates who support these reforms. 5. Amend the Constitution. With enough public pressure, we can pass constitutional amendments that make these changes permanent. This is our moment. This is our fight. We are not powerless. We are the people, and together we can take back our democracy.